Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's your boy Act Reacher, aka Judge Galvatron, presiding. You are all my witnesses and jury. You may all be seated. Court is about to be in session. I got my brothers here with me. Got Jay Steels, aka the Odd Fella. Got my brother 503 Lion. And then we got our new and most exciting brother, Cadillac Red, in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, I know people ain't in here yet. I ain't been live in a while, but salute to Mac. He the first one in the chat. We gonna get it rocking anyway. If y'all missed the first half of it, y'all catch it on the replay. Y'all Steels, man. First off, tell the people, the usual where they could find you at.
Indeed, indeed. Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, your most hated R fella. Y'all can find me at the R fella, THAODDFELLA. You know what I mean? The War Report. It's going down, you know what I mean, tomorrow night. The Steel City Cypher Part 2. You dig? Some of my brothers gonna be dropping some ill bars. So I need y'all to pass on through. You know what I mean? Once again, it's going down the Steel City Cypher Part 2, inside the war room, inside the war report. That's the R filler. Salute.
My God, JFL heads. I see you. I see you, bro. I see you in a minute, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Make sure you stay in the courtroom, man. Make sure you stay in the courtroom. Then y'all see. Hold on. Then y'all see my brother Mac. He probably. Damn. My brother Mac, he hard at work. You see that? Okay, now 503. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Alright, man. Y'all follow me right here on YouTube, man. 503 Line. You understand me? Go live at 5 every morning. You know what I'm saying? And follow me on Instagram too, man. Smoke City Mobcast. 503 Line on Twitter as well, man. Let's get it.
Okay, okay, okay. What's it? Put your channel, put the link to your channel, JFL heads, in the link so I can have it for later, and I'll chop it up with you on the back end. Salute though, 503. Supreme Beast, man. Tell them where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, Instagram, Facebook. We got the YouTube channel popping. I just did a live today with the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? And plus KG, me, our fella KG, chopped it up. Stay Ready came through for a little bit. You know how that go. And I got a double header interview coming out Monday with two guys from New Orleans, Scoop the Barber and a jazz musician, Drew Bayham.
Okay, my dude, man, working as usual. Okay, all right, the people spoken, man. So, what's the first case on the docket?
First case on the docket, case one, LDBC versus AJ, Anthony Joshua, Anthony Olufemi Joshua against Tyson Fury. I think the RICO Act is in order for under this situation, bringing both combatants. I think the LDBC is questioning whether this fight should go on. So this is the first case. I believe Cadillac Red is the DA for this case, representing the LDBC.
Yes, sir.
We would like to hear your opening arguments in this case. Once again, LDBC versus Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Proceed.
Please make your opening statement.
All right, so basically, it's the two ducks that's ducking the number one guy in the heavyweight division. I think it's real cute how it was a $50 million back out by AJ. It was a $15 million flat fee that was accepted by Wilder that AJ moved the goalpost on, and real funny style with all of his actions over there in the UK, along with Eddie the Germ Herm. That's first off on AJ's with AJ. When all that was going on, when AJ was pulling the bullshit, Tyson Fury was still in the dope house. You know what I'm saying? All of the lineal title and shit that the defense is gonna try to throw up for him.
Objection. That's all conjecture.
Sustain.
Dope house. We didn't
Sustain.
in the dope house.
My bad. He wasn't in the dope house. He was in the trap house. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? He was out. He was out the trap. You know what I'm saying? They was serving him them drinks. He wasn't even buying nothing. He was testing them joints to make sure everything was good for the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he was at. Wilder came and scooped him up and set up a contract with him. Now, after setting up this contract with him and everything's good to go, he decides to pull pussy moves the first time instead of jumping right back into a rematch, which he said he won clearly. You know what I'm saying? He said he was robbed of. Instead of jumping right back into the smoke, since it's an easy win for you, he decides to pussyfoot and go the other route and WWE and fight tomato cans and all that other shit. And our fella, we both know tomato cans can't cut. You know what I'm saying? He decides to do the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that route, and then has the rematch. Now it's a trilogy that's in the contract. He wins, and now he wants to skirt off and try to have this fight with AJ on some old UK shit. The UK don't like Tyson Fury. He's not a big draw. You know what I'm saying, over there or over here. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's suspended in the UK. So they're going to have to take this big UK fight that they planning on and do it in another country. All that just to avoid Wilder, just to avoid a right hand. Come on, man. I smell pussy. That's what I got for my opening statement.
And that's your closing argument?
No, that's just opening.
Okay. I'll come back to your closing argument. 503. And salute to Bruce Goals. I see you, champ.
Yeah. What's good with it, Judge? Oh, is it my turn to present my case?
Yeah. You could make your opening statement.
Okay, I have to agree with the prosecutor, but I disagree with him on one statement. He was not at the trap house Cadillac. He was at the pub. You know what I'm saying? He was at the pub every night drinking excessively. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he was not rescued by Deontay Wilder first. He was rescued by Daniel Canahan, aka Danny Boy, aka the biggest Irish gangster on the European circuit. That's making a very, very strong segue into boxing with the MTK Global brand, and Tyson Fury being his number one biggest star on the MTK Global stable. Now, I've said numerous of times on my platform and around other platforms, I don't have no problem with the Fury AJ fight. Long as if they fight twice, the winner has to come see Deontay Wilder. If that doesn't happen, then what are we talking about? I have no quarrel with AJ because he has been doing what AJ do for years, which is do whatever Master Eddie Hearn tells him to do. I think this case could possibly be thrown out if Tyson Fury continues to duck. this is on Tyson Fury because he was obligated and on paper to fight Wilder. AJ and Wilder was just in negotiations for a very long time. The fight never got made for whatever reason. Whether you're an AJ fan, you want to say AJ offered Wilder a deal, DAZN offered him a deal. If you're a Wilder fan and you want to say, they offered him his biggest payday at the time, he took the $15 million flat fee, so have you. But I think this case is strong suited for Fury because he and Danny Boy came to America, fought Wilder, got the deal with ESPN, fought Wilder again after fighting two lower lesser opponents, and then now we're seeing Danny Boy and Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren all in cahoots to get this fight magically for the fans in 2021 somewhere on the European market. I'm hearing Dubai, Saudi Arabia. I'm not for sure, but that's what's being said. But I think Tyson Fury deserves to definitely be held and indicted in court, not Anthony Joshua.
Wow.
Pub house. He was in the pub house. That's what they call it when you move dope.
Right.
Salute to Omega Red was in the building. Well, the judge just wants to deliberate over this case real quick. My whole thing with the AJ and Tyson Fury situation is this. I feel as though that fight was stolen from Deontay Wilder, right under his nose. It should be Deontay Wilder in that position, but we all know the underhand stuff that happened. Hopefully Wilder could get himself in a position, because there's no use of crying over spilt milk right now. Hopefully he could get himself in a position to become a mandatory and get one of those dudes and get the winner. That's all I got to say about that. I don't want to show any partiality in my court. So I'm a leave the courtroom open for any closing arguments before we decide whether they're guilty or not.
You gotta let our fella gotta go ahead and give his statements, huh?
Yeah.
Our closing arguments are for the AJ Tyson Fury fight. I'm gonna look outside the box and see it in the way of the British fight fan and understand that to them this is the biggest heavyweight fight in history. In the aspect of Tyson Fury, before he fought Wilder the first time, but we didn't. We decided to look the other way on that with my client, and we decided to fight him not once but twice. My client has a pattern of skirting off in rematches. I'm surprised my client fought Wilder the second time. But y'all niggas want a third fight, which is in essence an obstacle to the British fight fans having the biggest undisputed fight in the history of British boxing. Can Wilder not wait? Can Wilder not wait another 6 months to 8 months to possibly a year to get this situation properly accumulated? We know it's going to be a 2-fight deal. One in Saudi Arabia and one back in the UK, hopefully, when the coronavirus clears up and they open it back up to where they can have some fight fans and shit. But on a contingency plan, they're gonna have 2 fights in Saudi Arabia. Understand that the heavyweight division needs to move on. Undisputed is still big for a lot of people. Tyson Fury, albeit a lot of the boxing community feels that he is a cheat, he still owns that lineal championship that we as a boxing community should covet. So this is an important fight that must happen. But in the future, Wilder still should be a opponent, but he doesn't have to be an immediate opponent. We need to get this undisputed on and popping right now. Right now, while both sides are willing to do it. There's no ducking. There's nobody scared enough. There's no promoters scared of what's going to happen to their fighters. We ready to do this. We got the contract signed. Wilder need to step aside and fight Usyk, fight Charles Martin. Where his schedule at? Our schedule, we got a 2-fight plan going, and ain't nothing gonna stop that. You know what I mean? For my clients, getting that undisputed for Britain, the biggest fight in British history, point blank. That's my closing arguments.
I got a question. The defense is real big on this lineal shit. You know what I'm saying? So when Fury did this bullshit, he didn't smoke, snort, or drink away his lineal championship when he retired, or he just got to keep that the whole time. What happened to the title when he won
it? He was stripped of the lineal.
Okay.
Essentially, when he was retired, or if you want to say he was caught with drugs in the system.
Mm-hmm.
However, he regained it when he fought Wilder.
So Wilder was the lineal champ?
No.
Nah.
But they were rated, but consensus had them rated number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
At that time, I think AJ had already suffered that loss to Andy Ruiz.
But Fury was running around saying he was the lineal as soon as he touched back down. So when he was the lineal,
he was saying that, but it wasn't official.
So when he was saying he was the lineal, Wilder was the lineal champ?
No.
Nah, the lineal will be vacant.
So AJ didn't get that for beating Klitschko, because I thought the lineal went back to the.
No. Because he already had beat Klitschko.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is he was number 1. When he beat Klitschko, he had the 3 belts and all that shit.
Yeah, they don't just give you they don't just give you the lineal. You gotta beat somebody for it. So when Tyson Fury beat what's the name, because he was the lineal, Klitschko, that's how Tyson Fury got it. And then Tyson Fury was out. So it's just, you know what I mean? Unless Wilder and AJ would have fought, that would have been the only way they would have got it. Because while he was out, I'm sure they was number 1 and number 2.
But you just said he wasn't the lineal, though. Wilder wasn't.
You're not listening. You high, Cadillac. You high. Listen, are we saying that Tyson Fury, the lineal Klitschko, and then he beat him?
I understand that totally. But what I'm saying is, the defense like to complain about the IBF and he put motherfuckers in recess and baking it and all that. I'm just saying it was just I had to ask that. You know what I'm saying? Because they be running around with this title that's make believe and shit.
Is that your closing argument? Because I want to move. I want to get done. I just want to find them guilty and bang the gavel already. To keep
Okay,
it real with you,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it can't be saved. You know what I'm saying?
My closing argument is, you know what I'm saying? Basically, in a nutshell, fuck niggas do fuck shit, and they need to go ahead and set that trilogy up, man. Stop faking, man. That's the fight that need to be made. That's the biggest fight in boxing. That's it.
And people in the chat, salute to Joe Jack, man. Salute, bro. I see you, champ. Make sure y'all be the jury too. I mean we
I like
you,
that.
you know, y'all in the chat, you know. That's why I got the seats over here, man. You know what I'm saying? So 503 Lion, you gotta close the argument before we reach a verdict.
Nah, I would just like the judge to take into consideration, man. It's Tyson, man, who ducked out of the fight on paper. AJ never made the fight, man. But let's reach a verdict, shall we?
Okay. You know, I guess the defense and the people, we find them guilty. And we sentence them to get low pay-per-view numbers and for that fight to be pirated once the day it comes on. So we sentencing y'all to not get no pay-per-view numbers. We're asking everybody to pirate it. So they were found guilty. Next case on the docket.
Case number 2, LDBC versus Teofimo Lopez.
Sorry had to come to this. Would anybody like to present an opening statement to the jury in the courtroom? 503.
What case we on, man? What is case 2?
The LDBC versus Teofimo. No. See, you thinking you want Caleb? Nah, it's Teofimo. It's Teofimo. Don't worry. Plant gonna get his day in court. He get his day in court. I don't give a damn if we go over. We'll wait for the other one. Caleb Plant getting his day in court.
Look here, if I'm gonna be defending Teofimo Lopez, I need to know the charges. What are we up against here?
So, okay.
What? I mean, this case can be thrown out, man. What's sticking to Teofimo?
Okay, so the case is this. The people don't like that he's gonna take on the mandatory instead of unifying with Devin. I didn't say it. It's the jury. I'm the judge. I gotta do what the people want me to do. They don't like it. We gotta put a case on them. We gotta reside over this case. It is what it is. I mean, this is a good defense case for somebody, whoever is the DA for this case. But at the same time, it's also a good argument, you know, to where, you know, he could be found guilty. If somebody, you know, gives great points, I could also be fair and, you know, might not find him guilty. But, you know, that's what the opening statement's for. So please proceed.
All right, man. I want to charge this bitch ass nigga for motherfucking wearing WBC necklaces and bracelets and all kind of extra shit, going real extra with the WBC like he Mexican when he not. You know what I'm saying? And you a franchise champion, and I don't care how many times or what they try to put on a title, they're not gonna say that you the WBC world champ. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how much you try to troll or whatever it is you try to say. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got braces don't mean like it's some new shit coming out your mouth. You looking like a duck. I seen you duck them before you blew up, and now you blew up, and you gonna duck them even more because you blew up. And you don't want no smoke with that because motherfucking you know what that's gonna do to your whole career and all that extra shit. Talk about that takeover and all this. You know what I'm saying? You're that guy. When everyone's clearly pointing out to you that you're not, and who is that guy, you act like you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? They do videos about they do videos with Dev, he hopping out of Lambo. You know what I'm saying? They do videos with you in the motherfucking Ford. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
saying, it's like it's levels to this shit.
Wish
You know,
I had my time.
Pro, you know what I'm saying? You just like the other motherfucker. You just like Brian thinking that because you got all these followers that equals pay-per-view buys. No, you know what I'm saying? That shit don't. That's just shiny things. You know what I'm saying? And we fuck with the real. That don't get no play in this ride. That's all I got.
Okay, and the defense, 503. Go ahead. You the defense.
In Teofimo Lopez's defense, I want to present to the judge and jury an immediately dismissal for my client due to the fact that these are only facts, and we have BoxRec, and Box Live as credible sources to pull it up. Teofimo has had the hardest stake at 135. He has did more than Devin. He's lapped around more than Ryan. And I mean, Tank Davis ducked Lomachenko when Teofimo stepped into the smoke. Teofimo Lopez, yeah, he has moved like a champion these past couple of months. You know what I'm saying? I do think my client is adjusting to fame, as in the words of Adrian Broner's mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And he has to get a grips on it, but I think he's doing just fine. Unlike Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez has became very silent in his moving, and he's not using any black fighter's name. I think my client wants to fight Mr. Haney just as much as the fight fans want him to. I think the promoter in this situation is holding back that fight. If it was up to my client, I think he would fight Haney for the real undisputed. And like I said, he has Nakatani, which is a great fight for anybody, because we've seen what he did to your man's Judge and Verdejo. And of course, Richard Comey, which is Oddfellas' Guyan brother, he destroyed him in 3 rounds. And of course, he took down the pound for pound king, aka White Jesus, and Vasil Lomachenko. What else is there for my client to do at 135? Because if he beats Devin the Dream Haney, guys are going to say, "Oh, Dev is too young. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He hasn't fought anybody on Teofimo's level." So when he beats Devin Haney, what will be the excuses? What will the prosecutor try to come up with in the case for Devin Haney? I don't want to hear it. I need an immediate dismissal for my client, Mr. Teofimo Lopez, aka King Teo. Put some respect on the King's name. Thank you very much.
I object. That nigga got shark teeth.
Sustained. Sustained. That was a very good argument. Does anybody else have any opening statements before we go to the closing and we reach a verdict?
Make sure y'all smash the like button in the chat.
Yes, please.
And yeah, proceed.
Yes. So that was the closing arguments for Teofimo. Okay.
Hold on, I got one closing argument I might add in defense for my client.
Okay.
In an immediate request for dismissal due to the hate and the clear biasness towards my client due to Devin Haney being a LDBC. I'm just gonna say he's a low key member of the LDBC.
Are you trying to say that we're showing partiality in my court?
Absolutely,
Oh
absolutely,
my
absolutely.
objection.
And your prosecutor is number one on this whole ordeal. I must say that Devin. If you go back, you see Devin Haney in pictures with plenty of members from the LDBC.
Oh,
He was down here in Texas. Um, at Black Fight Fan TV's event, which was a great event, by the way. But I must say, in my client's defense, I have to say that even if he doesn't fight Devin, he will move to 140 and immediately go after the Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor winner. So, what more do you want from a nigga? In the words of DMX, I'm gone. Thank you very much. What do you want from a nigga?
I'm gonna definitely have to rebuttal that. First off, you know what I'm saying?
proceed.
All that dead with the LDBC shit, that is not true. That's just a case of real recognizing real and T.O. being unrecognizable. Don't get mad and none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I like this case.
When T.O. was fighting Lomachenko, the whole motherfucking squad was on T.O.'s side. We was riding for it because we knew that T.O. had enough heart to fight there.
Objection.
Sustain. Overruled. Proceed. Get
shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody was with T.O. I know I was. You know what I'm saying? I know I was for sure. And I mean, I fuck with Dev hard, but it's still a line. You know what I'm saying? With shit. So yeah, man, I'm not with the bullshits. I'm not with the shits and the giggles and shit. You got 3 belts. Dev got 1. Y'all motherfuckers need to fight. All that jumping up and weight and all that shit don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was if that happened with Charlo, motherfuckers be like, yo, what you doing? If you could get the fight to go undisputed against Texera or the other cuz winner and shit, I forgot his name and shit. If you get that, why would you move up and wait? If you could get the fight the fight. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is we talking about? So that's the issue. You one fight away. Don't jump up to try to fight another undisputed winner and all that extra old shit when you could fight for undisputed in your weight class. Clean your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to jump in other people's business when you got business of yourself you need to take care of.
So both of them had very strong arguments. I've reached the verdict. I actually, I gotta admit, y'all both had very great points. Y'all both did. I think 503. You did. You know what? You actually kind of changed. You kind of swayed the judge a bit, just a bit, because we are not feeling that he don't want to fight Devin and get the full WBC title. But at the same time, the points that you did make was very strong. So I find him not guilty. You won that. Good job, 503.
Thank you.
I had to be fair about it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You won that. You won that one.
I wish I had papers and just fucked up in the fucking head.
But you did a good job though, Supreme Beast. That actually, I really liked it. That case, y'all both did great. Y'all did great. That's what I'm talking about. And our fella was out of it. He was really a bailer. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Next case on the docket. This is Night Court, man. Y'all remember the 80s? Night Court.
That's when you need to come up with a little drink for this.
Case number 3.
Yeah, what's on the docket?
Case number 3, the LDBC versus Floyd Joy Mayweather.
Now, I'm going to tell you the issue. The people have an issue with Mayweather doing all these exhibitions and basically overshadowing a lot of the young talent and the real boxers that actually want to compete, especially on the dates that he's choosing. So I'm going to open up the courtroom And if anybody would like to make any opening statements, they may proceed. The defense or the prosecutor, you know.
I'm defending. Who prosecuting this?
I'm sure that our fella has no.
Or 503?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay.
You want to defend this shit?
Yeah, now I had already said before I'm gonna defend it. I had
Somebody.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
the,
we need
Okay.
we need somebody to tear.
It is an easy word.
Okay, go ahead.
As your client Mayweather says, Supreme Beast, you the dig
Point to the easy word, man.
Floyd Mayweather is doing absolute disservice to boxing right now. Out here throwing exhibition matches with nondescript YouTube opponents, nondescript kickboxers that we have to Google and look up. I never knew about 10 shins before, but I had to look them up.
He called them 10 shins. Oh God.
Now we kind of trying to clout chase with the brothers.
Oh man, I'm done. Night Court is back, baby.
The Paul brothers. You know what I mean? Now we trying to clout, and instead of fighting the real brother from Ohio, Adrian Broner, he trying to fight Logan and Jake Paul. You know what I mean? He lining up. He got his whole schedule set out. You know what I mean? For his exhibition match. Got all the schedule set out. But what about his fighters? What about his fighters under his so-called TMT promotions? Mayweather promotions, Who Gervonta Davis fighting now? Is that Abner Mares whack-ass fight? Is that confirmed, signed, sealed, and delivered? Even though that Tank allegedly
Tank in custody. Tank in custody right now. Tank in custody for a year. He got to do a county bid. He got to do a year.
Where the other fight? What's Rolly Romero? What's on the docket for that big-head Rolly Romero? What's on the docket for Badu Jack? Has he been forgotten about? Or is he just an undercard on a Triller? Is he waiting for that next Jake Paul fight in April? What's going on with your boy Mayweather, Cadillac Red? You know what I mean? Because he ain't doing a lot of promoting and he ain't doing a lot of fighting. He's just doing a lot of entertaining and clout chasing. That's my opening statement.
All right. First off, I'm reading my paper, and my paper said if he beat 10 shins, that means he beat 5 people. Respect them. You know what I'm saying? That's first off. You know what I'm saying? That's for number one. For number two, you know what I'm saying? This is 2 people that goes into the Mayweather organization and the money team, and that's Leonard Ellaby as well. Now, you had questions about Badu Jack, who just fought on the undercard of Triller, which you just said, and he's probably going to be fighting on the next undercard. He's not a champ, but I'd be damned if he's not making championship money behind that wild ass shit. And Rody just fought a couple weeks ago and got a what was that? Didn't he whip dude ass? Real good, like? Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Rody's doing his thing too. Now, as far as Floyd going, you know what I'm saying? The man did all he had to do in the ring as a real fighter. Once this shit is over with, he out here trying to have fun with it. Muhammad Ali fought a nigga over there in Japan and did that wild ass shit. What's wrong with Floyd doing it? Floyd not even trying to sell to us niggas. He trying to sell to the other motherfuckers. He don't even want us to buy the shit. He cool with us streaming it. Hold on. He told me he cool with us streaming it. So what the fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying? If they buying the shit and it's entertainment for them, you know what I'm saying? And they putting up all the bread for the shit, You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is the problem? And he gonna beat up on the white boy on top of all that? Oh, so we gonna just put a cherry right on top of that and just think I'm just gonna say it's nasty? No. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem. He got more. You say he rolled out a whole lineup of who he think he should do in this little circus act, right? That's more than some of the fighters that we be talking about. He got more activity set up than most of these motherfucking fighters. What is we really talking about?
That actually was a strong point. It'll be noted.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is we talking about? He retired 50-year-old, you know what I'm saying? The best ever, and he still got a more active schedule than Manny fucking Pacquiao, nigga? What is we really talking about?
Objection. He's using my point.
Substain.
You know what
I'm saying?
Substain. Overrule.
Yeah,
Proceed.
These niggas, the niggas that's really champs and shit, they ain't got none of that. Floyd out here trying to get it. And he's trying to get it in the circus way. And he telling you it's a circus. He being straight up with you. What you want him to do? Not do nothing? He got a love for the sport. God damn, don't the NBA niggas go play in the Big Three? Floyd can't have a Big Three in boxing out this bitch? That's all I got, man. That's my whole opening joint, man.
So that was your opening and closing.
Close the shit to it.
Okay. That Steels. That's your closing argument too.
You understand the Big Three comprises of former ex-NBA stars, NBA players. That's what the Big Three, you know what I mean? A lot of the Big Three comprises of. Mayweather's not fighting former fighters, ex-fighters. He's fighting YouTubers and MMAers. Not people in his own sport.
I object. Hold on.
Wait. Substain.
The people he's fighting got a box rack. Don't
not
do that.
People in his own sport. So how is this uplifting the sport? When you yourself bring up Pacquiao and he's still somewhat relevant in the game. Yes, he has been inactive in the last couple of years, but he did knock off Adrian Broner, Ohio boy, the same Ohio that your client is over there targeting, but over in the YouTube side of things. He also did knock off the receding hairline Keith Thurman. Understand, that's a major feat in itself, because Keith Thurman was supposed to win that fight, but he didn't. You know what I mean? But I'll say my next statement for the last case. But ultimately, it just goes down to be said that Mayweather ain't shit.
Oh my God! And that's his closing statement. I think
that's not right. I say
don't worry.
Too. So what?
I think we reached the verdict. I think we reached the verdict.
Hold on. Well, that has to be stricken from him not being shit was not a part of none of this. I can't defend that.
I didn't know that. It didn't really help or anything. But we reached the verdict. We find him not guilty. You got that one, Cadillac. We gonna find him not guilty. Only reason why is because a lot of dudes ain't fighting and they are holding up the sport. I do agree with you. You had a strong point when you said that. That saved you. I gotta admit, that was a great point. Okay, not guilty. Dang, man. I thought I was gonna be finding more people guilty, but I gotta give it to y'all. Y'all kind of making me, you know what I mean? All right, next case on the docket, man. We gotta keep it rolling.
Case number 4. That mean the LDBC versus Caleb, not Khalid, Caleb Plant.
Uh-oh. opening statements. Anybody that feels they want to go, whether it's the prosecution or the defense, please proceed.
Okay. Listen.
So it's the defense.
Yeah, man. In defense of Caleb Plant, what is the charges for my client, Judge?
Well, the people have. Oh my goodness, the people have I mean, his rap sheet. His rap sheet is impressive. 503. He doesn't fight anybody. He holding on to a title. He's holding the title hostage. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of indictments on this guy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna really have to do a good job defending him. And he had 2 chances to rob the bank, trying to rob the bank with Canelo. Oh, come on, man. It's too many cases. I'm surprised he out. He out on bail, obviously. Jordan paid for it.
Right.
He out on bail.
Okay. As before I proceed, I want to say that in my client's honor, David Benavidez lost his belt on the scales due to being undisciplined and immature. So you guys are bringing up souped up charges, saying that he doesn't fight anybody.
Souped up charges.
Yes.
Okay. Proceed.
I am requesting immediately for the charges to be dropped.
Wow. He said immediately.
I want this case thrown out.
Is this because he got a newborn?
Absolutely not. This is because the man that you guys are building up, the jury, the fans that they're building up, and Benavidez lost his belt 2 times. This is not the first time. My client has never had this problem. He makes weight. Okay, he's a professional. Judge, you know a thing or two about that. I mean, you're exactly suit and tie. You understand? Real debonair, like my man R fella. I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's a professional. Ever since he's been the champion, he's never had that problem. And this man that you guys are saying he's ducking and don't want to fight him, let's just be honest. He likes to dip his nose in the white candy powder. AKA,
Objection. That outside evidence that have nothing to do with the no.
Oh man.
Proceed.
Okay.
Proceed. You bring it outside. It's the Go ahead. You still got a good point. You still had a good point. Keep defending Caleb.
In my client's defense, right? I want to make everything. I want to make everything presentable. We all know that my client has one of the biggest fights coming up in 2021 against none other than the quote unquote king of boxing, right next to Teofimo, of course, and Earl Spence and Jermell Charlo. I think Canelo is right there. He will be fighting Canelo Alvarez. And if my client is successful in this fight, I want to put cases on all you particularly Mr. Debonair up there, Jay Steels, the art fellow, because he has had a lot to say, and I think he's the reason why Caleb Plant is on the docket tonight for court. So
he's one of them. He ain't alone though. He's one of them.
Right. Well, Judge, you can do what you want to do. This is your courtroom. So I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But Caleb Plant is willing and ready to fight anyone that is presented to him. He was ready to fight Benavidez. Benavidez messed the fight up. Okay. He didn't want to take the Canelo fight on 5 weeks' notice. He wanted a full training camp, and you see the result of a 5-week training camp with Caleb Smith. It's no excuses, but I think fair is fair. Canelo likes to catch guys slipping and lacking, like how he did Kovalev. He did Caleb Smith the same way. And I think my client, as a champion of the division, as one of the best in the division, he deserves a full week's training camp. Okay. I think Caleb Plant will fight all these guys. I think he'll fight Berlanger. I think he'll fight Canelo. I think he'll fight Benavidez. I think he'll even fight my H-Town brother Charlo. You know what I'm saying? If presented. But we can't get any of these fights yet because Charlo hasn't moved up. Berlanger is going another route right now being built up. And David Benavidez lost his belt on the scales. And now y'all want to make it seem like it's my client's fault when it's not. Let's just be fair and let my client take on the biggest fight in boxing. And if he comes out victorious, let's all the scrutiny he's getting, let's turn that into praise. And that'll be all, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can I add something? Can I add something to the defense?
What? You part of the defense?
I just wanted to add one thing to the
defense. Go ahead. Proceed.
He became a champ. He had
objection. Are you allowing this, Your Honor? Extra defense team for Khalid Plant.
I know it's out of the ordinary. But I will allow it. Go ahead. Proceed.
Only thing I had to say was he had 3 fights since he became champ. And if I'm not mistaken, Benavidez was champ the first time and lost his belt 2 times in those 3 fights. If I'm not mistaken. It was something like that, right? Or no? I believe that's how it happened. So he
twice, I think, on the scale.
He can't get he lost it the first time he was on that shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot about that.
If I put the powder in the donuts, they won't catch me for the powder. But he didn't realize he was gonna gain weight. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I'm saying is he messed up that super fight. They didn't need Canelo. They had a super fight between them until he fucked it up. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Now I want the prosecution. Oh man, he about to tear. Go ahead, proceed.
Exhibit A. The unqualified, discredited IBF. We look at the rankings, a bunch of nobodies who are in line to be Caleb Plant's mandatory. Exhibit B, Caleb Plant's recent resume, recent opposition hasn't been high level. Hasn't been high level at all. Since he's captured the IBF belt, he's beaten Mike Lee, he's beaten Vincent Fagan Butts, and now the old and washed Caleb Truax. 3's a charm. 3 cans in a row. That's why the people are on Khalid Plant for being a fraud. All of a sudden you can't make a big fight under the same promotion as the PBC with your division rival. What, since he doesn't have a WBC belt, he's not all of a sudden, he's not your rival no more? What, he's not in your division? He's not undefeated? He doesn't have a better resume than you? Oh, because he doesn't have that green belt, now all of a sudden the fight doesn't make sense. Once again, y'all niggas are too infatuated with things around niggas' weights. and not infatuated with the legacy. Why can't this boy do it for the culture? What else he got on his docket? Oh, my bad. He gonna wait 8-9 months for Canelo. 8-9 months for Canelo. You know what I mean? That should give him plenty of time to get ready for Canelo, because 6 weeks wasn't enough. But your boy Caleb Smith took that 6 weeks, didn't he? He took that 6 weeks, and he ain't getting no goddamn credit. But Caleb Plant's getting all the credit in the world for not taking the fight and waiting 8-9 goddamn months for a potential fight against Canelo. Bitch ass tendency. Still ain't fought nobody. Don't want to fight. Don't turning your nose up at your division rival Benavidez. Chasing the bag. Bitch tendencies. That's my closing argument.
I have a counter argument I would like to present to you, Judge.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. The prosecutor has stated that Caleb Plant, since he's fought, he hasn't had. I mean, since he fought for the title, he hasn't had elite competition. But if I'm incorrect, please let me know. Since my man's Benavidez won the title, which was a vacant belt for the WBC super middleweight.
Objection.
Sustain. Overrule. Continue.
No.
Sustain. Overrule. Proceed. 503.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Now, as court documents present on boxrec.com, David Benavidez fought an unknown French guy in Ronald Gavriel twice. He was dropped in the first fight.
Objection. He was Hungarian.
Sustain.
Hey, Frenchman, Hungarian. I don't give two rats ass. This guy, this unknown guy that we don't know about, Ron Gavriel, which he was dropped in a fight, won a split decision, came back again and fought this guy.
And then he stopped? No, he didn't stop him, right?
He goes on to lose the title due to recreational drug use. He fights on the Earl Spence undercard against Tomato Can and Jalen Love. And you guys, the jury, are having the nerve to say my client isn't fighting anyone. Who is Ronald Gavriel, Jalen Love, right? The closest name I could think of, which would be one fight from David Benavidez, the closest name he has on his resume to date is Anthony the Dog Durrell, which in that fight he was losing rounds and getting pieced up until he baited the Dog Durrell into an inside toe-to-toe fight, which he got cut from a punch, and they stopped the fight because of the cut. Then he goes and fights an unknown Colombian in Roma Angulo, and he gets the win in that fight. So it's arguable that Caleb Plant and Benavidez resumes are compatible. They only have maybe one or two good names on the resume. I gotta give credit to my client for taking down a top contender, a prime contender, and Mr. Jose Uzcategui, and also taking down a former champion in Caleb Truax, Golden Truax. Even though this man is a little bit past his prime, he's still a former champion. And he fought another top contender in Uskatiki for the belt. David Benavidez did not do that when he fought for the belt, and he got dropped by an unknown Hungarian fighter. That is all, Your Honor.
Okay, I think I reached the verdict. I think I reached the verdict. Uh, I find I'm sorry. I find Caleb Plant guilty. I'm sorry. I fella did a great job. I'm sorry. He did. I had to give him that one. I had to give him that one. He broke it down. He broke it down. Now 503 did great. I actually like that 503's closing statement more than the opening statement, because he did have some points in there. I'm not going to front, but ultimately the points that Steels brought up, he really opened up and exposed them. It reminded me of a battle rap. You know what I mean? You just handing out the paperwork. You know what I mean? And he's done. Yeah, that's basically what happened. So we find him guilty, and Caleb Plant, we sentencing you to fight somebody, to actually drag your nuts and actually fight somebody, because I know that's your biggest fear. So that's what we gonna sentence you to actually fighting somebody. Okay, final case on the docket.
Case number 5, the LDBC versus Manny Pacquiao.
Now, the prosecution or defense, I'll leave it up on the floor. Whoever wants to make that first opening statement, please.
You gonna prosecute this one?
Yeah. Who was the last case on the docket?
Pacquiao.
Oh yeah, I want to prosecute Pacquiao. Yeah.
Go
Okay.
And what are the charges for Pacquiao?
Aiding and abetting the belt.
Right. Okay.
Holding it for hostage.
Let's just get one thing clear to the judge and the jury as we present this case to the people in the people's court, night court. Mr. Manny Pacman has been a very, very funny individual for these past couple of years. He has lived in the shadows of Money Mayweather for quite some time, which was overdue with their fight, which was held up for years. You know, this fight with Money Mayweather and Pacquiao was supposed to take place maybe in 2012, 2013. We didn't get it, you know, to 2016, something like that. It was held up for almost 4 or 5 years or something like that. And Pacquiao was just a copycat of what Mayweather had already done. Every fight Pacquiao took, it was already Floyd Mayweather's leftovers. Now we fast forward into 2020, a new decade, and Pacquiao is on the same kind of path with holding up big fights. You look at Terrence Crawford, Exhibit A. He didn't want that fight on the top ranked side due to Bob Arum babying him and coddling him, and he didn't want Pacquiao to go out like how he went out. Instead of giving Pacquiao and Bud the opportunity to have one of the best fights in welterweight, he let Jeff Horn feast on the legend in his backyard, and he got a gift hometown decision and that left Pacquiao in trembles. So Mr. Manny decided to cross over to the PBC side, which he made a great segue and was doing absolutely wonderful with the Adrian Broner fight, and he impressed the boxing community with a dominant win over Keith One Time Thurman. And after that, I mean, he just went MIA. And my closing point, which drives this prosecution home for me, is the arrogance of Manny to not,
Well put, 503.
huh?
I said, well put.
Yeah, yeah. One the arrogance of Mr. Manning not to take into consideration the fact that you have the biggest fight in boxing, just like how Floyd was the biggest fight in boxing at welterweight. You have the biggest fight with Mr. Earl Spence Jr. for three major belts, a big pay per view, and a big Texas crowd right in your hands. Instead, Manny Pacquiao opts out to fight an unproven, well, I'm not gonna say unknown, but overhyped guy in Ryan Garcia, who can't even break $1 million in Texas in the pandemic. When you have guys like Earl Spence doing 2.5 in the pandemic, you got Canelo doing 1.9, you got Tank doing 1.4, and Ryan couldn't even do a $250,000. But you want to fight this young kid who has an interim belt to be the mandatory for Devin Haney, and then you want to opt out for that fight and take a Conor McGregor fight, and he was just put on the canvas by Dustin Poirier. Shout out to my Louisiana boys, by the way. And I think that Manny needs to be held in federal custody for the rest of his career and to be flown back to his home, you know what I'm saying, in the Philippines and never
Mess,
to be seen again.
mess with me, he might get them immigrant marshals. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, man. We need to get immigration on the line. We need to take Manny's visa, and I never want to see Manny Pacquiao in America on the boxing scene again. That's all I got to say, man.
Um, is the defense ready?
When Manny Pacquiao was and is with the PBC, he's had the same advisors as the rest of the major welterweights other than Terrence Crawford. Fights could be made. This whole situation with Brian Garcia is almost fictional because we haven't had Manny Pacquiao's side, my side, the client side, come out and say that they wanted this fight or they're going through with this fight. Understand, Manny Pacquiao has signed a new management agreement with Paradigm Sports Management Group. Is there some shenanigans going on since he signed that exclusive deal? What's going on with the situation? Why can't fights be made at welterweight? Now, the whole situation with Paradigm is interesting because they're a combat management group, and they actually, I believe, they have they're affiliated with Conor McGregor. So that's how that Conor McGregor fight would seem to be coming to fruition. But with that being said, with this whole, like I said, Ryan Garcia, it wasn't announced by the Team Pacquiao. It was only announced by Ryan Garcia, and everybody ran with it. not only everybody, but a certain sanctioned body ran with it as well. Instead of ordering Pacquiao to defend his Super WBA belt against
That's a good
another
point.
champion or consolidate it with Jordanis Ugas, they decided to strip him, outright strip him. Coincidentally, like I said, right after Ryan Garcia announced his fight. Understand, couldn't they the WBA order a Pacquiao fight with Ugas and give him a little bit more some more direction and be a little bit of a direction to make this problem go away? No, but they decided to strip Manny Pacquiao, my client, and elevate Ugas without him even fighting nobody. Ugas is not even going to be asked to fight Jamal James, who Jamal James was the interim champion. They just up and elevated him to give Ugas that fight, an easy fight, which would probably be an easier fight for Errol Spence ultimately for that undisputed. My client feels that Errol Spence don't want that work because we was under the PBC for so long. I didn't sign with no Paragon. My client didn't sign with no Paragon management, and this fight could have been made. I was in the ring, yes. My client looked nervous in the ring, but I was in the ring. I was in the city. Understand? When you look at my Twitter account, when you look at my client's Instagram account, there's nothing about Ryan Garcia, but you see comments about Errol Spence. I'm interested in the Errol Spence fight. My client is interested in that Errol Spence fight. And he's being misunderstood. He's an old man. We know he's a part-timer. We know he's a part-time senator in his country, and he's doing big things for the Philippines, and he's been doing big things for the sport. But y'all niggas can't give him no direction. Y'all just want to strip him of everything after he's been doing what Floyd Mayweather should have been doing and fighting these young bucks. Huh? Well, go ahead. Strip him of all of his integrity and send him on back to the Philippines. You know what I mean? Spin him all out like he garbage. But my client deserves better. He deserves leniency. He deserves some respect on his name. Understand? That's my closing statement.
Okay. I guess I reached the verdict. Both of you have very strong statements. I took both of them into consideration while coming to my verdict, but I find Manny Pacquiao guilty. That was great, and I mean, everything you said was really on point. I just can't forgive Pacquiao. It was the time. It was the timing, and I do agree. Maybe if the WBA would have issued and forced him to fight somebody, I wouldn't even be saying this right now, or he wouldn't even be up to be getting deported. But this is what's gonna happen. Them immigration marshals is gonna come see you, Pacquiao, and you ain't even gonna get sentenced. We just deporting you. Guilty. With that being said, we appreciate all of y'all coming to Night Court. It was great. I'm not gonna lie, it's so real. I gotta rewatch this episode when I'm at work tomorrow because I thought it was I think this is my favorite. Everybody came suited up. Even 503, he ain't even know he had the button up on. You know what I mean? So he was even alright for court. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I like that, man. I'm gonna definitely this definitely amp my spirits back up, to keep doing it. Shoot, we might have afternoon court and all of that other stuff. I gotta work tomorrow, but we might be able to get another session in. or either I'll vibe with somebody else, whatever, however it work out. 503, man, give me your last.
Hey man, I'm 2-1 on these niggas, man. I'm feeling
Oh
like the
shit.
champ. You know what I'm
Oh shit.
saying? I ain't come to play in court, man. Y'all gotta restrict. Y'all gotta restrict. You goddamn me prosecuting and defense attorney, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay Steels, get your shit together. Cadillac Red, man, you dead. You understand me? But nah, man, this was fun though, man. I like this, man. I like this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have you back, man. Hopefully you keep the content pushing, man. You and Jay Steels, man. I want to see y'all boys channel grow, man. Keep just putting the work in and doing what y'all do, man. I love what y'all doing. Um, and shit. Hopefully we can do this next week or shit in the up and coming weeks, man. Whenever you get time, I know you're working. I know Jay Steele's got his family to take care of too, man. And I'm gonna tune in tomorrow for the Steel City Cipher. And yeah, man, I'm gonna support, man. But much love to you, much love to my brother R fella, man, Cadillac Red, and the Supreme Beast Boxing Talk crew, man. It's your boy 503 Line, man. Y'all can catch me on tomorrow, man, early morning hunt. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be talking hot boxing topics, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to go watch this Max on Boxing with this David Benavidez stuff, man, and I'm gonna cook on that in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And we
Oh,
gonna
when is Max on bot? It's on.
yeah, it should be on ES. I got ESPN Plus, so
Okay.
I'm finna see if it's on ESPN now.
Okay.
But much love to you, Judge Galvatron. All fella, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting on these artists, man, from all over, man, from Canada to America, man, Steel City, man. Y'all boys is doing big things. Hey, I want to see when y'all having the next battle, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? You know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta
In the works.
definitely
You know,
be.
it's
It's in
definitely
the
in the
works. It's
works.
in the
Probably
work. We
looking
go,
at
yo,
probably in
Stills. You
March.
know, we gotta call. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, we gotta call or either get behind the scenes on one of these and really chop it up and brainstorm what we gonna do. I definitely want another Canada versus America theme. I liked it that last time. I really loved it, man. Everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. But give us your last steals.
Indeed, yeah, that's another dope session of Night Court. That means salute to Cadillac Red, Supreme Beast Box Talk. That means salute to 503 Lion. Salute to the jury. That mean, aka the chat. That mean that was in the building. Salute, of course, to the judge, Judge
Yes, sir.
Galvatron, aka the Jab Jamboree. Y'all know what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, once again, join me tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going down the Steel City Cypher Part 2. You know what I mean? I got I Mike coming through. I got Old Soul. I got Lucky. You know what I mean? And I got, you know what I mean, West Gray passing through, dropping them Bizarre. So, Steel City Cypher Part 2 only inside the War Report, the War Room, the Art Fella. Subscribe. It's your favorite Yakimo say the Art Fella. Salute to the whole LDBC. And I'm gives up.
My man. I just want to salute everybody that came in the chat, for my first time being back in months. You know what I mean? Night Court to me was successful. I kind of threw it on kind of last minute, but I still thought it was successful. I appreciate everybody, even people that didn't comment or people that, were busy, while they was commenting, however. You know what I mean? Salute to the mighty LDBC and the full Berserker clan. It's your boy Ack Reacher. I never steer you wrong, and I'm out.